So, Chris, start from the very beginning. Where did this sort of journey begin? And talk us through a bit about your career up to this point.
Well, I used to be a shepherd, believe it or not, up in Cullen, up in the Scottish Highlands. I've been so I was in that job for a little while there, and in 2014, my mum died, and it kind of pushed me towards doing something that I enjoyed rather than being something more along a lifestyle choice. Because obviously, shepherding and farming is like it's a lifestyle. It's not just a job. So you need day in day out. You need to be there feeding animals. You know they don't feed themselves sometimes, especially in the winter time. So I made the conscious decision to move into a gym and train, enjoy life, and really get better as a person. And in turn, obviously, something good came out of that. Becoming good at a sport. I always aimed to be good at a sport, and I played rugby at Stirling County and stuff like that. Um, and then from there, obviously, I met my coach Adam Stevenson, and from there, it's just been a snowball effect, and I am where I am now, just because of hard work and doing what I enjoy, and I can't fathom that enough. I can't like push that upon people to go out and do something that they enjoy.
And how did it feel, when you signed that contract to join the UFC? What was that like for you at that moment?
Well, obviously, prior to this UFC stuff, you sign the contract that says, if you get chosen, you then become in the UFC. So that it was a bit of a different kind of like a different way I would have liked to have done it. I would love to have just signed the contract because they feel that I was good enough, but I had to go out there and prove myself. So now that Dana White had obviously chosen me, that now means I am signed. So I didn't get to sign any official papers as such. So yeah, just happy to be a part of the company. Every dream I've had and everything I've been working towards has always been the UFC. So to be a part of that now is like a dream come true. And not many people can say that they've fulfilled their dreams. So now I'm on to the next part. That's my short term goal done. Now I'm looking for my long term goal and my medium term goal, So just looking forward to getting better as a person as well.
You said it was a dream come true. Was there ever a part of you then that thought it could be possible that you would make it when you decided to start this journey, that you would get there in the end?
There was no doubt in my mind. I have several notes in my phone that I always write notes to myself to just to reassure. It's like almost affirmations, if you like. There was me and my girlfriend bought a board, and I stuck on "I will be in the UFC by August 2022." So I got to rip that note down the other day there, which she actually ripped off and chucked it at me and says, "Looks like you've made your dreams, eh?" So there's another couple of notes up on that board that I'm going to have to rip down very soon. So yeah, it's a big thing for me, like visualizing the future.
What's it like when you step into the octagon to fight someone on a big stage, even a wee stage, even with smaller fights? Is it different when you're fighting in front of so many people, or is it just the same, or what's that like? Talking about
It's whether it's a little show down the road or the biggest show in the world. I am so scared, it's unbelievable. But I think that has its pros as well as its cons, because it makes you train very, very hard out of camp. Like makes you focus on it. Even now, I've not got an opponent. I'm back training, and I'm trying to get better as a person and get better as an athlete. So I'm scared to death every time I go in there, because I'm scared of not performing. I'm not so scared of losing. I don't mind that. I've lost plenty of times before in my life, but I'm really scared of not performing and not showing up on the day. So that's my biggest fear, and yeah, it's scary. And anybody says it's not scary, they're an absolute liar. I can assure you on that.
How do you then physically and mentally prepare for a fight? Is it grueling? Do you find it easy, or like you say, you're scared? Is it very difficult? What is that like?
Yeah, it's very, very difficult to train. You need to knuckle down, and the days that you're not feeling motivated, you need to make sure got your discipline in check. You need to show up, and then and obviously in that turn as well, you need to be very wise about your recovery, because recovery is important as well. So you need to be professional, not only in MMA, strength and conditioning, nutrition. There's a load of different attributes that you need to be a professional MMA athlete. It's not like boxing that you only use your hands, and because we need to go through strength work and stuff like that as well. So yeah, it's quite difficult. And the biggest thing for me this camp was having the confidence to take a rest day when I needed it, and that really helped when I was training hard, because like I say, it's confidence to be able to take a day off rather than feel like, oh, you're slacking or falling behind. So yeah, like, recovery was big for me this time. It was the first camp I was able to do 8 weeks and just focus solely on getting better and recovering.
And you talked a bit about you and your girlfriend there. Obviously ripping off that thing off the board. It sounds like you guys have got a really, a good relationship. What's that, or rather, how vital is it to have those people around you to kind of spur you on when you're maybe not feeling motivated one day or a couple of days? How important is it to surround yourself with the right people?
Oh, it's good for sure. Like, you need some sort of admiration to do better as a person, not only as an athlete. So one of my biggest goals, and I say it to my girlfriend all the time, I want my wee girl to grow up and think I'm a superhero, see me on the TV and be proud of her dad and stuff like that, because I already know my girlfriend's proud of me. She tells me every single day, she tells me she loves me, and I'm very, very fortunate to have a girlfriend like Laura. Laura's one of a kind. Laura's like nobody I've ever met before in my life. So having those two girls by my side has been the best thing that's ever happened to me, because she keeps me in check as well. Like, if I'm eating too much garbage, she tells me I'm being a fat pie. So it's good to have her by my side.
That's good. What advice would you have for young aspiring fighters, and the people that may be watching, that are hoping to sort of follow a similar journey to you? What's some of that good advice you would give them?
So the best advice I would give them would be to come to Evo Gym in Stirling, because it's been the foundations of how I've got there in the future. So if anybody wants to come along to Evo Gym, and I would say, when you come into the gym, don't aspire to be a UFC fighter or a world champion. Aspire to get better, and get better slowly, and take on advice from my coach Adam Stevenson. Take advice from myself. Not that I'm saying I'm the be all and end all, but I definitely have been through the ropes. I know the ins and outs of MMA. And as I say, don't put your goals too high. But like, I didn't start MMA and think, oh, I'm going to be in the UFC. I started MMA because I enjoyed it and I liked it. So if you have any sort of inkling or any sort of like joy, and you like doing MMA and you like watching the UFC, come along to Evo Gym and like ask some questions and be a beginner and enjoy the process and enjoy the journey.
And you talked about that next part of your journey, the medium-term goal and the long-term goal. What is the next part of your journey? Are you sure of it? Is it unsure? Is it you just know the way you want to go? What sort of is this next step for you then?
Yeah, so the main one is to grow as a fighter, like I say, and I always talk about it because I've got lots of time to get better. I'm very young in the sport. I'm looking forward to going training and getting better as an athlete as well, and start working my way up that ladder, start breaking into that top 10, top 20 people in the UFC, start making a name for myself, because I pride myself on not just winning. I pride myself on being a product, if you like. I want people to know that I'm coming to fight and put on an entertaining fight, and I want people to tune in, because it's pointless being a guy that's like not exciting to watch. You need to have a little bit of a personality. You need to be exciting. People want to watch you. They don't want to come in and see just you grabbing a hold of people and styling out a fight just to win. I understand there's money involved and people want to win, so they get their win bonus. But you got to make sure you're a product and people want to watch you. Scotland is such a small community and small, like America is so vast. Like other countries are so vast. Scotland and Stirling in particular with the surrounding areas, Stirling, Alloa. I would really advise people to come to Evo Gym and get better as a person, get better as an athlete. It shows you life skills, even things like going to MMA and doing jiu-jitsu. It's never ever going to be as difficult as getting a job and stuff like that. So it pushes you towards being, as I say, a good person. It makes you on time for sure. I learned that from shepherding, but being on time and stuff like that to MMA class, you get pelters if you don't come in on time. So yeah, as I say, anybody in the Stirling area or any of the surrounding areas, come into Evo Gym, give me a message, give Adam a message at Evo Gym, and everybody's welcome. Females, males, kids. We've got a wide range of facilities for them to all get involved in. And as I say, give me a message if you've got any questions, or give Adam a message. We're more than happy to help out.